Hi, and welcome back to Weird Soil. Today I'm going to give you an insight into the types of things I eat in a day. So in January 2011, I had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy and I lost 120 pounds. This was a last-ditch effort to lose weight. I'd tried all my life and nothing worked. I was about to tip the scale close to 300 pounds and knew something had to be done. Looking back, having weight loss surgery was one of the best things I ever did for myself. I lost 120 pounds and have been able to keep most of it off. My weight does fluctuate due to some medication I'm on, but for the most part, I'm only a little heavier than my lowest weight. Immediately after my weight loss, I was hit with so much energy and was actually running, which is something I never thought I'd do. Unfortunately, just a year later, I had a major disc herniation in my back and had to have a spinal fusion. I've now had 3 of them, and I'm likely to have more in my future. I have a connective tissue disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which causes me intense pain daily. Look at that, size 28 to 12. So anyway, I guess back to the food. That's what you're here for. So here's a picture of me from my heaviest to my lowest. Again, my heaviest to my lowest. I was so proud of that, and I love it. Okay, so breakfast. Sausage biscuit. Yes. My kids love sausage biscuits. And I found these frozen items at the grocery store. They are super easy for the kids to make. Every once in a while, maybe once or twice a week, I'll have one too. They're pretty good. You've got the Pillsbury biscuits. They come frozen. They're not the tube kind in the refrigerated section. These are so much better. And then the sausage patties, I just get at Walmart in the breakfast section. They're actually pretty good. They're pre-cooked, so it doesn't take a lot of cooking. So here we got them in the oven. I usually put them in for about 30 minutes. Sometimes up to 34, trying to get it brown on top and the sausage crispy around the edges. Like I said, these are super easy for the kids to make. When I make one for myself, though, I have to split it open and scoop out the inside. But because of my weight loss surgery, I have a hard time eating bread. It clogs my stomach up. So, yeah, there's that. I scoop out both sides of it. And then I put the sausage patty on top. They may not look much, but they are really good. The kids will make them a cheesy egg to put on with it, and I haven't had one like that because that's just too much food for me to eat, but it does look good, and they say they love them. So there is the sausage biscuit. So how much of this did I eat? About half of it. Yeah, I couldn't eat that much. My stomach is just so small. So moving on to lunch. It varies from day to day. I love the Star-Kissed sun-dried tuna pouches, but today I tried a Bumblebee sun-dried tomato one. Look, it even comes with its own spoon. I usually just use a fork and eat it right out of the bag, or pouch, I should say. But this one came with a spoon, so I used it. I didn't enjoy it as much as the Star-Kissed, but it was decent and it was filling. I had a V8 with it. I really like drinking V8. I'll just drink one of those 5-ounce cans. You see here I ate about half of the pouch of tuna. Sometimes I will cut up a Campari tomato and put it in cottage cheese for lunch. Other times I'll just roll up a piece of lunch meat and put it with cheese. I have a real weakness for cheese. I eat a lot of it. And sometimes just a slice of cheese would be all I have for lunch. So moving on to dinner. Uh, that day we decided to go with a chicken Caesar salad. My sister suggested this as a simple summertime meal, and it's a really big hit around our house. I used these Purdue fresh chicken breasts. They're individually wrapped and they're thin, which I really like because I don't like cooking the really thick chicken breasts because they just get dried out so easy. And I used a mushroom umami herb seasoning. I get this at Kroger, and it is so good. It just livens up anything that you put it on. Love it, love it, love it. I generously will sprinkle both sides of the chicken breast. Don't worry, I know it looks like I'm almost out, but I bought several cans of this stuff because it's so good. Now I will saute it in a little bit of olive oil. Make sure to get both sides good and cooked. Now I'm using a cast iron skillet because I do have anemia. I love the cast iron, I love the way it cooks, but it also it's good to cook in cast iron when you have anemia because it adds a little bit of iron to your diet. So here we go. That looks really good. I cooked 5 chicken breasts. And there's 5 people in my household, so, and 5 comes in the Purdue bag, so it's just perfect for us. I used a Marzetti Simply Dressed Caesar dressing and the Baby Spring mix from Kroger. And I just drizzled. I actually ended up using about 3/4 of a jar of the Caesar dressing on the salad. Now this goes to the whole family. And then I diced up several tomatoes. Tomatoes are my weakness. I know I already mentioned them for lunch, but yeah, if I could eat nothing but tomatoes, that's what I would do. So here's all the gratuitous tomato shots for you because I just love them. Lots and lots of tomatoes. So we put the tomatoes on the salad. It's already dressed. And then I will cut up the chicken, try to cut it against the grain so it's not as tough. So when you cook a thin piece of chicken, it doesn't get tough like the thick ones do. And now I'm grating Parmesan Reggiano. Now this is the certified DOP stuff. I get it at my local Kroger. I tell you, this stuff is so much better than the green shaker stuff. Trust me, you'll never go back. Okay, and now I've also put out a variety of cheeses, some chow mein noodles, crunchy bacon bits, which I like. My family prefers the real bacon. I just like the crunch, though. So here is my bowl. Here is what it looks like. Now, I ended up eating mostly chicken out of it. You see, I ate half of my bowl. We are taught before we do the bariatric surgery that protein first in everything. So I ate mostly chicken and drinks. Drinks are boring for me. I used to drink like 3 or 4 Cokes a day, but I've moved on. They're way too sweet for me now. So I like the LaCroix. I like the limoncello and the hibiscus. And of course, I mentioned earlier that I drank the V8 with my lunch. And of course, water. I drink a lot of water. I'm supposed to get 64 ounces of water a day. Sometimes I don't always meet that goal, which I think is okay because I do drink a lot of seltzers. So, here we go. How many calories, carbohydrates, and grams of protein did I eat? I know what you're thinking. That doesn't look like a lot of food. And you're right, it's not. I only eat about 1/4 to half a cup of food in one sitting due to my sleeve gastrectomy. I'm fortunate that even a decade later, it's doing its job. Weight loss surgery is only a tool. It's not an easy fix. A person has to be diligent and commit to a lifestyle change in order for it to work. Mine works so well that it's been a long time since I've counted calories, but I decided to give it a shot, and even I was a little surprised. I could have sworn I was eating double what I did. So, are you ready? Here is my total calorie, carb, protein count for this day in question, and I'll be rounding to the nearest half. Of course, the seltzer is a freebie. It's 0 all the way down, so it's nice. Alrighty here. How many calories, carbs, and protein did I get for breakfast? 190 calories, 12.5 carbs, 4.5 grams of protein. For lunch, 60 calories, 7 carbs, 7.5 grams of protein. And for dinner, 224.5 calories, 6 carbs, and 3 grams of protein. Whopping total of 474.5 calories, 25.5 carbs, and 42 grams of protein. Now, I know that I should eat more. Look, I didn't realize that it was this low, to be honest. I'm going to have to reevaluate things and maybe add in a protein or shake or two a day. So I guess this is something I'm really going to have to work at, and maybe it's the reason that I feel so out of energy and stuff all the time. Okay. Well, guys, thank you for watching. If you like this, please like the video, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. More content is going to be on its way soon. I am going to try to really upkeep this channel. I've got a lot of interesting things coming. I'm going to be telling some stories about our area, which is the weird soil. It's a play on words. Southern Illinois is often abbreviated SOIL. So, soil, and then I'm going to be telling stories about my roots in Southern Illinois, hence the soil. So, thanks guys for coming, and I hope to see you back again. See you next time. Bye.